Fight fans, what's going on? This is my third time in one night. Just finished watching the WBC heavyweight fight between Deontay Wilder and Gerald Washington. If you all were watching the fight as well, you see that Gerald Washington was putting on a pretty good performance. He in the first 4 rounds, I would even say through all 5 rounds, he definitely came in there to try. You know, he didn't look like Dominic Brazil did when he fought Anthony Joshua last year, where he looked like he was just coming to maybe survive and then collect his check. Washington looked like he actually had a game plan in place to take Wilder out. He was throwing shots to the body. You know, he was moving. I don't think Washington had anything to be ashamed of in those first few rounds. But this is why people in the past loved the heavyweight division, and this is what a guy like Deontay Wilder brings to the heavyweight division: power. Deontay Wilder was looking rusty. He was looking a little sluggish. You know, he was looking as if maybe he wasn't even sure of his injury. And then just like that, it was it was actually a quick right hand. It was maybe like a short right hand, and then he followed up with the left hook. Washington goes down. I mean, he bounced off the ropes, and he got up, and he looked sturdy for a second. But once Wilder came at him and started bringing that heat, it was very apparent that his legs were gone, and Wilder, no pun intended, started swinging pretty wild because he wanted to get Washington, you know, out of there. And then the referee stopped the fight for the first few seconds. I thought that maybe the ref did what we call a hometown stoppage, you know, because they're in Alabama and Washington was hurt a little bit. The referee went ahead and stopped the fight in favor of Wilder. But actually, once the referee waved his hands for the next, you know, probably 3 to 7 seconds, Washington was noticeably wobbly. And I'm going to say the referee did the right thing, because even though Wilder swung wild those last couple of shots, if the ref didn't jump in, he definitely would have gained his balance, and he could have hurt Washington pretty badly with some clean shots. You definitely don't need heavyweights landing clean shots like that. I actually would like to see Wilder, because he didn't sustain any damage. I would actually like to see him back in the ring as soon as possible. He's talking about his next fight being possibly the winner of a Huey Fury and Joseph Parker, or he could go right for Joseph Parker if somehow that fight doesn't happen. It'd be nice to see him fight the winner, and if that fight doesn't take place for a while and he needs to get in the ring, it wouldn't be bad to see Wilder back in the ring soon against just anyone, because he definitely needs to knock the rust off. For the people who are going to say that Gerald Washington wasn't a worthy contender and Deontay Wilder hasn't fought anybody, you can make those claims after he beats Stavern. You know, he fought a few fighters that maybe we didn't want to see him fight. But I had no problem at all with this Gerald Washington fight. The man was coming off of injuries. He had a torn bicep, which had to be very painful. Uh, and he deserved to, whoever the other guy he was supposed to fight before he got busted for dope before this, he needed a fight like that, and Gerald Washington stepped up. So no shame for Wilder taking this fight. And for those who say, well, he hasn't fought anybody, let's just remember and be fair. When he signed to fight Petvekin in Washington and he popped dirty, Deontay Wilder was in the UK ready to take that fight. So everybody needs to relax by saying this guy, you know, hasn't fought anybody. Now, from this point on, let's see him fight some names. Now, if he fights another 2, 3, 4 seed level fighters, then I would be in line with everybody else and say, okay, it's some truth to what you are saying. But for tonight, we got a great knockout. It actually was a great card all the way around. Deontay Wilder keeps his WBC straps, and he moves on to hopefully fight Huey Fury or Joseph Parker next. All right, fight fans, that's it. Catch y'all later.